Has everybody been seeing the little
He's not kidding.
Now we gotta go run a bunch of errands.
Let's go.
Alright. This is a nice guy. Just look how awesome those shades are.
They're okay. Just okay. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, you're about to walk home. We got the goods.
We got paints.
It's hard to steer this thing with one hand. It does not take very long to spend $250 anymore.
Yeah, I'm not used to that. I don't like it. Paint's expensive. I didn't realize how expensive paint was.
You know what else is expensive? Neva.
I'm gonna be quiet. Cole's trying to blame me for something I didn't do. How rude.
Now we're here at Summer's house. I guess she wants the corn star opinion on something. I don't know.
Summer, we're here. Hi.
Hey, Summer.
What?
Someone said that they would give up both of their kidneys to get to know you more. How does that make you feel?
Well, if you give me both your kidneys, you can come hang out with me at dialysis every Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh, it feels good to be back on the farm. I'm honestly just not a real big fan of being in town. Nothing to do. A guy should be here any minute to come look at Cooper's truck. Since Cooper's not here, I guess I'm gonna be playing car salesman. Where you at, buddy? While we're waiting for him to show up, we're gonna top the Geo off with some gas. Voila! That was the strangest encounter I've ever had while selling something. So the guy showed up in that truck by himself, immediately asked if he could take it for a test run. We took it for a little spin around the block. He made me an offer. I accepted, got back in here, signed all the paperwork, and then he said, okay, I'm gonna leave my truck here and I'm gonna take that home and I'll send someone back to get this later. Okay, I guess. Now either A, this man is extremely trusting by leaving his really nice pickup truck here, or B, this is stolen. Who knows? We got lots of stuff going on in here right now. Cooper is still working on the Ford tractor here. I know he was waiting on a part. That's kind of all he needs to put this back together. When it comes to the 340, I thought Dad was going to put all the filters in it the other day, but I guess he must have just got them out because these still need to be put in. And all of the fluids still need to be changed. We are also waiting for a mount for our Ag Leader In Command 1200 monitor, so that way we can mount it up right here where the old factory display used to be. Hey Pete, you left your tools here. And we still need to calibrate all the monitor and GPS stuff. We ordered all the parts we need for the sprayer, so we're just waiting for our sprayer mechanic to come down so that way he can get all that stuff put on. Regarding the planter, we got all the electric drives put on the meters, so we basically just need to route a bunch of wires, and we still need to install our hydraulic downforce. Don't worry guys, once we get all that stuff installed, the full video will be coming out talking about the install and why we decided to put that stuff on the planter. We have a bad tendency of saying planter instead of planter. I need to enunciate. We're making good headway on the combine. The other day Ryan went home sick. Sounds like he's feeling a lot better. So hopefully he'll be here tomorrow. Maybe we can get this throat wrapped up. Dad and I basically got everything on the back end done. I'm still really looking forward to pulling this auger off. It's gonna be awesome. Oh yeah guys. Is anyone sick and tired of being between belt sizes? One's too big and one's way too small? Do I have the solution for you? Check this bad boy out. This thing is from Travax. Focus. There we go, Travax. It's made in the United States of America. The buckle's aluminum, and all you gotta do, stick it through this hole, get it to the desired tightness, and then stick it through the other hole. Look at that. I've been wearing this belt for a year now. I've never had it even budge. And it's so light and low profile, you hardly even know it's there. If you want to pick up one of these, you can go to Travax's website. The link's in the description. And if you use the code that is also in the description, you can get 10% off. And if belts aren't your style, they have wallets and a bunch of other minimalistic, everyday carry items that are absolutely awesome, super high quality. You can't go wrong. Honestly, my personal favorite is this belt. It's awesome. Once again, if you want to pick anything up, go to their website. The link's in the description. And if you use the code that is also in the description, you can get 10% off. I think Neva was making lunch, so I'm gonna go eat. I am getting hungry. Now I need to do some research on the phone for some equipment I may or may be purchasing in the relatively near future. It's always important to research what you're getting. Neva made chicken, mashed potatoes, and corn. Right now, she's making some muffins.
Yeah, I'm excited to eat the muffins too. They're gonna be good.
After 25 minutes in here, they're gonna be good. Oh boy, guys. Let's give them a taste test.
Wait, you're gonna do a taste test on camera? Can you like try it first, and then if you don't like it, we can pretend you actually do like it?
Here goes nothing. That's pretty good.
I need to give a shout out to Mama Cornstar. This is her recipe, so thank you, Mama Cornstar.
After eating one, I think it's safe to say I'm gonna have another.
And that's how you know he actually liked them.
Okay, before it gets dark, I got a couple little Sunday afternoon projects I would like to work on quick. The first one is right here in front of the house. So when I was cleaning out the attic, I was throwing stuff out that window. I guess there were a few things that had some glass in them, so I need to get that broken glass picked out of the grass before the grass starts to grow through. And there's also a few other items kind of scattered across the yard. I also have a ton of branches laying in my front yard. This tree is dead, and the wind's been blowing pretty hard lately, and it knocked quite a few branches off. I got about 45 minutes of sunlight left, so we better get to it. Now, if that doesn't scream country girl, I don't know what does. Oh, she's hilarious. Right here, we got a ton of little thin, tiny pieces of glass, but there's still enough to poke a tire. I'm just gonna get a shovel, I'm gonna dig a little hole there, I'm just gonna throw all that stuff in. And then we'll fill it with replacement dirt. Sounds good to me.
It got really dark outside and we had to stop, but it didn't stop us from learning stuff in the shop with the bike. Cole taught me some really cool things. First thing he taught me was how to start my bike if for some reason the electric start doesn't work. So he said if the electric start doesn't work, use this little fun thing to turn it on, like this. Just kidding. I did it. Then he taught me how to start it. If this thing for some reason breaks off, he was like, you can start it by putting it in third gear, running with it. We learned that. It didn't do anything.
You were neutral. Hold in, brake.
I did it. I can't believe I did it. Okay guys, before this, I tried this like 50 times. This is crazy. I actually did it. I did it, Cole. And then the last thing he told me, to start it, if it's cold, we have to flip this thing all the way up. What this does is it puts more fuel through the engine, so it helps warm it up. I had no idea what that was until now. And I also learned that you can give it too much gas. Yeah, that's what we learned today. I learned about how to turn the gas on and off. It's always good to turn it off when you're done. I don't remember why. And the reserve, just in case I run out of fuel, I can turn that on and then I have about 10 miles to get home.
Alright guys, this is the end of the video. Remember, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Part of what's been fun about collaborating on The Mandalorian with Lucasfilm and Disney is that we have been able to see through a few technical innovations and a few firsts that I think are going to have a lot of impact on the way television and movies are made moving forward. In partnership with ILM and Epic, we have put together a system whereby which we can have game engine, real-time render, and video wall technology coming together to create a backdrop for the big, beautiful world of Star Wars.
The volume is 21 feet tall, it's 75 feet in diameter, run by 7 machines, pumping the visuals onto the screen that's being created in pre-production and can be on the screen within 24 hours of being finaled.
It's incredibly impressive when you first walk out there because it completely surrounds your peripheral vision. And you really quickly forget that you're indoors and you're not out on some planet's surface. It feels like a real three-dimensional environment surrounding you because it is a three-dimensional environment.
You can allow your key creatives to all make decisions together so that the shots are captured entirely in camera, which allows for a better performance.
And what was so exciting about this is by bringing those people together, things started to click, and we started to realize, well, let's not just do green screen and interactive light. If we're going to design the whole set in game engine ahead of time, maybe we could have some in-camera effects.
If you look at visual effects heavy films, you've got a film set and then it's going to go to post and it's going to get the world put in. Here we're considering all of that at the same time, and how do we create a background and foreground that live together on the volume harmoniously.
When we started to play with the idea of using Unreal Engine for virtual production, that's one of the things that Richard and John started to embrace, is that you've got this very dynamic world where you can have randomization of things and find the happy accident that gives you the perfect shot. Being able to see the actors point at things and see what they're looking at was pretty transformative. It gave everybody context, with the added benefit that if you want to move a mountain from there to there, you can do it instantly.
You could switch between the Iceland location to the desert location, all within the same day of shooting.
The ability to shoot a 10-hour dawn is extraordinary. To shoot any sequence where you say, oh, this world's not quite right, let's just move it a little bit. An extraordinary number of benefits and advantages for shooting in that environment. It's mind-blowing what that tool is.
Shots of character in a vehicle traveling through a complex environment. It's always very difficult to do believably on stage. LED screens are a wonderful solution to that problem, because what you're doing is you're taking this technique of image-based lighting that we've been using in computer graphics for years, and use it to light a subject.
And then we would do shoots where we would texture map real lit surfaces onto our game engine Geo, and so the camera could move anywhere. We would do interiors, like Werner Herzog's office. And then you started doing things like building sets into it, having half a spaceship with reflective surfaces. And so it became exciting, because by the end of the season, it was like, let's start designing sets around what this could do well.
Just like the good old days.
It's really a game changer for filmmaking.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my video for The Mandalorian Season 2. There's a whole bunch of stuff they revealed recently. There's actually some good news, even though everyone's on quarantine right now. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. We'll do a giveaway for Disney Plus memberships. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave your biggest theory about Mandalorian Season 2 on the video. So obviously this is mostly behind the scenes, them showing how they make the Mandalorian series, what's changed about that since the Season 1 episodes. The current quarantine, thankfully, will not affect the Mandalorian Season 2 release date. It's still coming out in October this year. The reason why we're getting it earlier is just because of the way they're structuring all the Disney Plus programming later this year with all the big Marvel shows that are coming. They finished filming the Mandalorian Season 2 finale before the big quarantine started, thankfully. There are a couple Marvel series that went on break. Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision are still tuning up some of their final episodes, but they'll come back in a couple weeks, finish their episodes, and release later this year. It won't be that bad for them. The big things about The Mandalorian Season 2, they confirmed Baby Yoda is male. For everyone that was wondering, he is a little boy. I had a lot of people asking during Season 1 that were just confused. I think people just didn't watch Season 1 with subtitles, because there were actually scenes during Episode 3 where Dr. Pershing refers to Baby Yoda as he, gendering him male. Please don't hurt him. If it wasn't for me, he'd already be dead. So hopefully that clears up some of that confusion. Giancarlo Esposito was also talking more about the darksaber lightsaber battles that he had during Season 2. He said he had crazy lightsaber battles. He didn't say who the lightsaber battles were with, but because they're looking for other Jedi to help Baby Yoda, presumably they'll find more rogue Jedi that survived the Purge. I already did a whole video for a special Comic-Con panel he did earlier this year for the Mandalorian Season 2 story, talking about everything, so I'll link that at the end of this. It's really cool. The new stuff that he talked about recently wasn't too different from the stuff that I talked about during that other video. They also released this preview of the Gamorrean Guard that's going to be featured during Season 2. I know a lot of people saw this and they're like, wait a minute, are they going back to Tatooine? Is this meant to imply that we're going to be seeing Jabba's palace in some way because he employs a lot of Gamorrean Guards? That's not necessarily what this means. It just means that there will be Gamorreans showing up during Season 2. Remember, there were Jawas on multiple different planets, so just because they went back to Tatooine and then in a separate episode we saw a Jawa sandcrawler on a different planet with a bunch of Jawas, doesn't necessarily mean that they'll be retreading all this old original trilogy ground. There'll just be a lot of original trilogy Easter eggs and references. And if you remember, the series takes place after the events of Return of the Jedi, and Jabba was killed by Princess Leia during Return of the Jedi, so technically Jabba isn't even around, even though someone like Jabba's son or someone from his family may have taken over all of his assets. The really cool thing that they get into during this video about how they make The Mandalorian is the revolutionary stagecraft that they use, those special LED walls. It's sort of like filming an episode on a holodeck, or a really primitive holodeck, because they project the environment and it maps around the room in real time, synced with the actors' movements. Jon Favreau said that when they were filming episodes, what happened during Season 1 is because it was brand new technology, a lot of the time they would just try different things and figure out how they could use this new tech with each new episode. So by the time they got into the finale, they'd found much cleverer ways to use it to make episodes look even cooler, which they then poured into their Season 2 episodes. So a lot of Season 1 was them just figuring out how they were going to film episodes. As you see them filming, there are a couple different versions of Baby Yoda that they use in episodes depending on what kind of scene it is and what they need him to do. This is a scene of them filming Baby Yoda for Season 2, and as you can tell, this is the full-blown puppet version of the character. The way that Yoda during the original trilogy was just a really complex puppet operated by Frank Oz and a couple other people. The other versions of Baby Yoda that they've used in episodes are a combination of special effects and live puppetry, lesser versions of this version. Really good example of a full CG Baby Yoda is when he's using crazy force powers, like when he's force choking Cara Dune here. It's very noticeable that he's a totally different looking version than just a minute later in the next scene when the Mandalorian picks him up telling him to stop choking her and they go back to filming with the regular puppet. Right after they finished releasing The Mandalorian Season 1 Episode 8 finale last year, there was a report that the Baby Yoda puppet cost them around $5 million to make. The actors here, Jason Sudeikis from Saturday Night Live and Adam Pally that played the incompetent scout troopers, said that because they had to punch Baby Yoda in their scene, they were asked to chill out a little bit by Jon Favreau, who got really nervous after they punched Baby Yoda too hard for fear of breaking the puppet. The reason why they're saying Baby Yoda cost $5 million to make is just because of how complex the puppet is. It has to be able to hold up on screen at 4K and articulate as if it was a real creature. It's also one of a kind. It's not like they had a baby version of the original Yoda puppet to copy before they made Baby Yoda. So some of that $5 million that they're reporting is probably the cost of them figuring out what he was going to look like in development and alternate versions that they tried along the way. So hopefully they'll release some more behind the scenes featurettes and teasers for Season 2. If they do, I will totally do a video for it, or if you have a special request. Obviously things are going to be really crazy for the next couple of weeks, so if you have special requests for videos, just let me know in the comments. I will still be doing regular videos like I would for everything else. For the most part, television is unaffected. It's just the movie releases in theaters that have been postponed temporarily. But I know everyone's hoping that they'll release Black Widow on Disney+. I'm not expecting them to do that, but if we do hear any news about what's going on, I'll totally do an update video. As long as you have alerts enabled for my channel, you should see those videos when I post them. Everyone click here for that other big Mandalorian Season 2 teaser video, and click here for that brand new Marvel Phase 4 Spider-Man 3 movie announcement. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight.
buddy. What's up?
You look like you're gonna be a little lonely in here, dude.
Yeah, I thought I'd join, see if I can get the party started, but nope, didn't happen.
And then there was 2.
I was like, "Donde está, bitches?" But nobody understood what I was saying.
There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. You'd think it'd make more people play, but you never know.
Well, for me right now too, we set up a bunch of people out remote today, dropped off some computers and phones and everything like that, and then my wife told me, well, one of the girls might have the flu or something, or the cold, so I was like, ugh, last thing I want is to be that guy with sick kids showing up at work, you know? So, I'll probably work remote too. Which is fine, because I can do that.
They don't know your kid's sick.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. There's a couple,
Now, if you bring your kid there while sick, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, exactly. I don't be that guy, but...
My son. Don't worry, that's just sinuses, no problem.
Yeah, he's just congested, it's fine.
Gave him a little Dayquil, just knock it out in a couple minutes.
And now, I'm killing rage beasts.
Did he drop something?
Nah, I'm just leveling.
Oh yeah. I know where you're at. In Winter Spring, killing those rage beast things. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's like druid on druid crime or something.
It really is. The druids that shifted and never shifted back.
Right. They got stuck.
So how are your little ones doing?
I think we all have like sinus issues right now, to be honest. When I wake up in the morning, I have like a slight cough, and then I'll take like allergy medicine. But I've had it for like 3 months now.
Yeah, I get that way with the seasonal shift as well.
Yeah. But don't tell anybody else that. They freaking are like, witch!
Get out of here! You're gonna kill me! It's so funny because today there's a movie that like popped into my head that I have to watch tonight. I just have to watch it. World War Z.
World War Z.
It's pretty good. I don't know if you ever watched it.
No, I never got into the whole zombie apocalypse movies.
It's very like Dr. Science driven with Brad Pitt. It's pretty good.
You should see all the stuff that these rednecks around me are posting up.
Oh fuck! I can imagine like you living in the middle of all that, like given what you're like.
Believe me, the conspiracy theory, the current conspiracy theory by my what would he be considered? Sound considered to me?
Conspiracy like tinfoil hat theories?
He would be my cousin? No. Cousin by marriage? That doesn't work like that.
Cousin by marriage, so he's like an in-law cousin, I guess, if there's such a thing.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing. You're stretching.
It could be. I don't know. I wouldn't have sex with him if I were you. That might be weird.
But anyway. This dude's theory is that Bill Gates, Jeffrey Epstein somehow wanted this pandemic to happen so that they could, I don't even know. I have to reread his 5-page rant about it. But basically,
like where this is going.
But basically, because Bill Gates put out that documentary, that show on Netflix about pandemics and how we're not prepared for them, the beginning of the year or something. Well, you know, whatever. He was probably on Alex Jones or something, but he got his tinfoil hat on, and he has like this 5-page rant about, and somehow Jeffrey Epstein's involved, and basically they want to kill the whole world or scare the whole world so that they can take our guns away or something like that. I'm sure taking the guns away was in there somewhere. That's like rule number 52.
It's always about taking the guns.
What they're doing is, they know that if they put us under martial law, they can take our guns away.
Yeah, and in the U.S., gun sales are crazy high right now. People are buying guns left, right, and center. They're getting ready to go all Hunger Games.
That's really funny.
May the odds ever be in my favor.
We're in the real life Hunger Games now.
Dirty commies.
How many bullets per minute do we got over here?
So, yeah, the U.S. is every different.
What up?
Feels very different.
What up,
I was just chatting about your brethren.
Just heard.
Your cousin.
Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein trying to kill everybody so they can take our guns away. It's facts.
Oh snap! That's the new one.
Oh my god.
I'm not on. I'm not on it.
They're trying to make you gay too.
I wish I could. Oh, maybe I can link it.
They're trying to turn you gay by putting frogs in water or something.
Oh, I'm playing against our server pre-made.
You're gonna do great.
I'll find out what guild.
Oh, it's Barack Obama. Bill Gates and Barack Obama released a docu-series on Netflix called Pandemics in January, right before the Wuhan virus was discovered. Quotation. It pushes the need for the Gates Foundation to receive funding to carry out virus research on the next pandemic. It's like 5 pages. I can't read the whole damn thing. This ain't Dr. Seuss. But it's hilarious. Like, you really got to be drinking some Kool-Aid on this one. Like, I like a conspiracy theory or two. You know, I got a couple of my own. But this one's pretty drawn out.
They're turning the fucking frogs gay.
What are we gonna do with all these gay frogs? Do we need, like, you know, somebody to help them out at the bar?
No. Brent, I thought you were AFK. Maybe he is AFK to talk.
I was AFK.
Yeah, you were AFK, so I got on retail. I'm just like killing mobs that aren't even for a quest right now on accident. What do you do? What are we trying to do? Trying to
I'm just PvPing. It's gonna be the last night before the reset, so I'm gonna get as much in as I can.
Alright, I will. Are you already queued? Can I join you?
I'm in Warzone right now.
Okay, tell me when you get up.
I'm in the Gulch.
We been Gulchin. Ribbz, can I tell you something in trust that you will not
God.
repeat it?
I will tell every Canadian I know, but you got me.
I don't know if this person is Canadian. Nina, mage-wise, are very bad at PvP. Extremely bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I don't feel like that's surprising.
So
I don't know
very
if that's
bad.
racist, sexist, or whatever it might be.
The worst. Obama couldn't have done it worse. I'm telling you right now. It's terrible.
I thought Nina was going to be our new flag carrier.
Nina is keyboard turning, dude. She's keyboard turning. She's using the arrow buttons. and she's clicking all of her